Hey guys, it's Ray. I am here to talk to you today about a very important topic that I've just had a lot of people talk to me about in my life recently, and I was like, I feel like I should make a video about it because I have a lot of things to say about this topic. Before I get started, I'm going to go through a quick little introduction of some things I didn't get to say about myself in the first video with me. My name is Rachelle. I am a freshman in high school. I'm on JV cheer and I'm in marching band. I take all honors classes. I have 2 siblings and I live with both my mom and my dad. I have my dog, who I love more than anything in the entire world. I am obsessed with mac and cheese. I am kind of really new to like YouTube and Instagram kind of things. I'm just a teenager sitting alone in her basement with an iPod 4. Like, I don't have a very good camera, as you can see by the quality. I'm probably one of those videos that people are just gonna like scroll past because it looks like I know nothing, and I am just a loser sitting alone in my basement, but I'm trying to make the best out of it, and I'm just here because I want to help people, and I feel like the kind of videos that I want to make are the kind of videos that I needed a little while ago, and I want to be the person that somebody else needs, so that's why I'm here. So like I said, I'm here to talk to you about a very important topic that has come up a lot in my life lately, and it is suicide and depression and such. I can't talk to you from a point of view where I'm a senior looking back on freshman year, because I feel like that could help a lot of people too, but I am a freshman looking back on 8th and 7th and 6th grade year with good friends who are younger than me who are going through tough times now too. One of the first things I can say is that I know maybe someone out there is sitting there thinking like, oh, this girl doesn't know anything. Like, she doesn't know about depression. She hasn't witnessed it. She hasn't felt it. I can tell you I have before, and I know it's a hard thing to get through, but I'm here to tell you 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that it is not the end of the world. I don't know how a senior would say it looking down on a freshman, but I can tell you as a 6th, 7th, and 8th grader, it is not the end of the world. Whatever you're going through right now, I can promise you it is not going to be the end of the world. I feel like there's so many 6th and 7th graders, at least in my community alone, that I can look at their Instagrams and think that girl's going through a really hard time. That boy's going through a really hard time. And I can tell they're not in a happy spot. I can tell they're not treating themselves the way they should be. I can tell they're not taking care of themselves. I can tell that they're not right, and I know they're not going to go out and try to get help because you try to convince yourself that it's not that bad and that you're not really in that much trouble with yourself, which is totally fine because you shouldn't be in that much trouble with yourself. I get it, you're going through a tough time at home, you're going through a tough time with friends. I get it, I understand. It's not the end, I can tell you that now. It is not the end. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade is just your beginning. Going back, sitting in an 8th grade classroom, what happened in 5th grade, what happened in elementary school didn't matter. And sitting in a 9th grade classroom, what happened in 8th grade, what happened in 6th grade, none of it matters, and nobody remembers. Nobody remembers the one time you tripped and fell going to sharpen your pencil. Nobody remembers the names they used to call you, really. Like, who you were friends with doesn't really matter that much. You're gonna make new friends, and if you're gonna lose friends, it's just gonna happen. It's a part of life, and I know that's one of the hardest things to hear because I know I've heard it so many times before, but it's just what's going to happen, and I'm so sorry if you think it's not, and you were so confident in your group of friends that you were gonna stay together, and it crumbles. I'm so sorry because I know what that feels like too. I know it's hard. But I know in a couple months it's not going to matter because you're going to have new friends and you're going to be okay because they're going to love and support you because that's what friends do. Because I know when you were little they told you friends are forever, but they're really not. People do awful things to each other, and the friends you're with now aren't going to be the same friends you're with 3 years from now, but 3 years from now you probably won't care as much. 3 years from now you'll realize those people had a purpose in your life, and their purpose has been fulfilled, and you don't really need them anymore. Sure, they were fun, and it was fun to get to know them and be friends with them and have inside jokes and have good times and pictures taken and everything while it lasted, but they're not going to matter because you're going to have good people in your life still. You're always going to have good people in your life. Even if you feel alone sometimes, there's always someone there. Go to the internet, there's always people there. I'll be here. Everyone, there's people there. Always. Just look a little closer. There's always someone there who can care for you. And I just can't stress it enough that what you do in middle school isn't going to matter unless it made you happy. If you're happy in middle school, nothing is going to matter. If you're happy and you go to the dances and you make fun out of everything and you're just always having fun, you're always with your friends and you're happy, it's just going to be a great memory. And that's all middle school is for. I mean, sure, there's things you learn. You have to learn things at school. But these years of your life, all they're for is having fun. All they're for is making friends and losing friends and learning how life works. It's just for having fun. And if you waste them being sad, you're going to look back and think that was the only time I had to just have fun. Why didn't I take it? Elementary, middle, high school, schools, those years, yeah, you're supposed to learn everything, set up for your future, but just have fun. As long as you're happy, nothing else matters. If you look back at 6th grade and you think, man, I'm not friends with any of those people anymore, but that was such a fun year, it's not going to matter that you're not friends with them anymore. They had your purpose and they made you happy. Just stay around people that make you happy. Because that's all middle school and high school are for. Granted, I've only had half a year in high school so far, but that's how I'm looking at it now, because I didn't look at it that way in middle school, and I wish someone would have told me that then. That as long as you're having fun, you shouldn't have to stress about anything. And I know some of you, my parents especially, people's parents, they get so hard on you about having good grades and being a good person. Grades 6th and 7th grade don't mean that much. You can get B's and C's, you can fail a class maybe. It's not going to ruin you forever. I thought it was, and I got a B and I got so mad. It's not going to ruin you. There's not, middle school you can mess up your grades a little bit. It's not going to ruin you forever. High school, you have to crack down a little bit and try to pass classes. Even if you fail a class or two in high school, it's not the end of the world because you can go and take that class again and try harder this time because you know you have to. If you fail a class, you get a C or a D or whatever you consider failing. B minus for me is failing. Middle school, it's not going to matter. Sure, you might not be in the highest, most advanced math class because you failed in 6th grade, but it's not really going to matter because it's just going to be easier on you. And if you're not in the advanced class right now, and it means you're not going to be in advanced class for your whole high school career, maybe that's better for you because maybe you wouldn't be able to handle the more advanced class. It's just, I took a high school class in 8th grade and it put so much stress on me, and I kind of wish I hadn't. And I guess I'm glad for it now because now I'm in an advanced class and it's easier for me, but I took algebra as an 8th grader and it put so much stress on me and it put so much stress on everybody else in the class, and I just felt like I couldn't do anything anymore. All I did was sit at home and do math homework, and I cried every night because it felt so hard. And those were my last 2 months of 8th grade. And I look back and it wasn't that hard. It just felt like it. But I had good people around me and I should have realized that. Just be happy in middle school. I'm sorry. It's all that's gonna matter. As long as you're happy. Love you all.